Hey guys, Smitty here with Just Piddlin Barbecue. Today, I can't tell you how excited I am to open up what's underneath this cardboard. One of the most exciting days that I've experienced so far since creating this channel. I can't wait to get into this, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. Holy cow. This is the Ys640S from Yoder smokers. Holy cow. Look at that. That is beautiful. The best part, made in the United States of America with the hands of Americans. Wow. Hey guys, Smitty here with Just Piddlin Barbecue. Today this is going to be a review, a walkthrough, and my initial thoughts on the Ys640S competition pellet grill. Alright guys, I could not be more excited to share this pellet smoker with you. This very well could be the last pellet smoker that you ever have to buy. And this is probably, in my opinion, the most versatile pellet smoker in the world. And I'm fixing to show you why. I'm fixing to go through all the specs, go through the build quality, go through the versatility, and then give you my initial thoughts on the Ys640S pellet grill from Yoder smokers. There's so much stuff to cover, and I didn't want this to go into like a 30-minute video. I hope it don't. We'll see how it goes. But I made some notes just to keep me on track and just so that I wouldn't forget anything. So forgive me if I'm looking at some notes, but I thought that that would be a way to keep it as organized as possible. There's so much to cover. So let's get started. First of all, let me just talk about the build quality for a minute and just give you some specs on that. Now the smoker itself is 1,070 square inches. That's a lot, almost 1,100 square inches. But how do they get Ys640? I asked that question myself, and the answer is the 640 is the 640 square inches just on the bottom grate itself. So if you open up the smoker, the Ys640 is 640 square inches on the bottom. The Ys480 obviously 480 square inches on the bottom. That doesn't take into account the top shelf. When you combine both of those on the 640, it's 1,070 square inches. Now with the 1,070 square inches, you also have 12 inches of headroom from top to bottom. So if you want to cook taller stuff like big hams, turkeys, beer can chickens, anything like that, you've got 12 inches of space to work with from top to bottom. The cooking chamber is 1/8 inch thick solid steel. You've got gussets on the lids. The cooking chamber itself, 1/8 inch solid steel, and you've also got a 20-pound hopper for your pellets. Overall length of the pit is 61.3 inches, and that does include the side shelf. The overall height of the smoker is 55 inches, and the overall depth of the smoker 36.1 inches, and that does include the front shelf. Now let's talk about how much it weighs. This unit weighs 418 pounds. That's 418 pounds of solid steel, and let me put that into perspective. If you take the new Timberline large, the new version Timberline, that's the large version, and an Ironwood 885 from Traeger, and combine those, they would still be 5 pounds short of the 418 pounds of this grill. let that sink in for a minute. A Timberline large and an Ironwood 885 combined still weighs less than this one Ys640S pellet grill. If you combine the cost of both of those grills, it's over $5,000. Now the competition cart, this one came with a military green magnetic cover for the cart, and I absolutely love it. I couldn't have asked for anything better. They have different versions of these magnetic covers for the competition carts. There's an American flag, there's a flame version that goes all the way around, and they will also do custom paint jobs for you. All you have to do is call them and ask them. Not a lot of companies are going to do that for you. So that's another reason why it's a benefit to go with American made and somebody that's doing customized pits. Now on the bottom of the cart is 8-inch flat free casters. On one end, this end down here is the swivel, and I also have locking casters on them as well. And then on the bottom on each end there's a tie down, so that you can tie it down if you have it in a truck, you're transporting it from one place to the other, or in my case on my barbecue trailer with the D-rings in the floor. That's going to be perfect for mounting this on the back of my barbecue porch trailer and tying them down to those D-rings. Now let's talk about this controller for a minute. Now Yoder has a proprietary control board on the inside. They have their own algorithm. They made their own boards and algorithm so that this thing will be as close to an offset smoker as you can get. They don't want anybody else controlling how their pellet smokers react and control temps. They wanted to do it themselves. They are a offset smoker pit manufacturer as well, and so this thing, I told my brother the other day, this thing is a pellet smoker that doesn't know it's a pellet smoker. I believe it thinks it's an offset smoker. That's the way the feel of it is, that's the way the look of it is, and that's the way it really operates. Now with that, you have the fireboard control display, and that allows you to have Wi-Fi and Bluetooth capabilities and connectivity. With that, when you download the fireboard app, you have a lot of different customizations. You can customize cooks, you can program cooks, you can save cooks. There's so many things that you can do with that fireboard app, and if you want to know more about that, just leave a comment in the comments below, and I'll do a video on just the fireboard and how you can utilize that. You have two meat probe ports right here that can be inserted through the side of your smoker, through a little port right here, and it also comes with a rubber grommet, so when you're not using it, you can seal that back up to prevent water or moisture or anything like that getting in your pit. So now that I've kind of gone over the kind of what it's made out of and that kind of thing, I'm just going to randomly go over some more features that I find very useful, very thoughtful, very cool, and so we'll talk about those. Both the handles are stay cool handles, access to your fans, your auger motor, and all that stuff. In previous pellet grills that I've had, if something went wrong or you had to access that, you had to go from underneath. But on the Yoder smokers, you go in from the end, which is way more convenient. You also have your fuse on the end, very easy to get to, and so I like that a lot better as well. Your plug-in, if you have the competition cart, is right here on the end. It's not in the hopper box itself, it's actually on the cart, wired from the hopper box. The counterweight, I've always wondered if this counterweight was just a gimmick or if it was actually necessary, and I have to tell you, after putting my hands on it, it's absolutely necessary. And I would suggest that if you're going to get a Ys640, go ahead and get a membership to the gym as well, because you're going to need it. If you get the Ys640 and some accessories, nothing on this thing is light, everything is heavy duty, everything is built to last. Stainless steel shelves, I love the shelves, and one of the things that I thought was odd at first until I started thinking about it was the front shelf. I thought at the beginning that it was going to be a little bit low, but then I noticed where the handle is, and I know on my other pellet grills in the past that have had front shelves, that when you put a tray of food on there, for example, to load up in the grill, you can't put it there because it's going to hit your handle. Or you can't put the lid back down with a tray of food on it because the handle's going to hit your food. So the handle is always too close to the front shelf. So after looking at it, it totally makes sense now of why the height of this shelf is where it is. At the same time, you also have the side shelf, stainless steel with your utility hooks, so you can hook brushes, tongs, or any other type of accessories that you want to hang on there as well. Very heavy duty. I've got to say, the shelves that are on my previous pellet grills that I have owned were very thin. There's been plenty of times where the brackets that hold them up and down have bent, and I've had to bend them back because they're that thin. Guys, I'm telling you, the steel rod that's in these things is unbelievably heavy duty, and everything fits perfectly into welded slots. I have no doubt that I could probably stand on this shelf and it would not budge. There's no way that you could do that on one of my previously owned pellet grills. The other thing that's on here is the stainless steel drip guard. This protects the front of your smoker from any kind of grease drippings that drip down in the front part of your smoker. It's got a trough in the bottom to catch it, and it's got a drain hole on the other end with a rubber grommet in there, so you can just wash it out. It drains out the bottom and install it right back. So a really cool accessory and something that's going to prevent some corrosion from the front part of your smoker. Now your smokestack is adjustable with a wing nut. You can adjust it forward, you can adjust it back. This is pretty helpful actually, because for example, when I was doing the seasoning process and I had the oil sprayed inside, it was smoking pretty good, but that oil that was burning off in there didn't smell very good. We were sitting on the back porch and it was blowing toward us, so I just angled it towards the back, and then it went outside of our porch and over the roof, and it didn't affect us anymore. I could see how this could be useful also on the back of my barbecue trailer if I needed to do it this way and it go out the back of my trailer rather than inside the porch. When you go to put your cover on, face this down, lock it down, then put your cover on. By the way, the cover is outstanding, very well made, just like everything else that they have done. If you're transporting it and you want to take it completely off, you can take it completely off. There's a tab in there so it won't allow it to go too far into the chamber. Put it back in there, lock it back down, and you're ready to roll. I could probably go on and on about this thing. The hinges, absolutely heavy duty hinges for the lid. The lid is heavy duty. There's gussets in the lids. It's not going anywhere. There's no way that you can bend it. There's no way that you can damage it. Solid as it can be. Top rack slides out, stays in place for you to put meat on. I have already done one cook last night just to see how it cooked. So it is a one-use grill so far. The grill grates on the inside, 4 equal parts, which I love because that makes it so much easier to take out, so much easier to clean. You can put these in your sink. You could put these probably in the dishwasher. But look again how thick the rods are on the bottom of the grill grates. These are heavy duty grill grates. Now that's going to be it as far as I'm going to cover today as far as the features go. Now we're going to get into the versatility of this smoker, and you're going to see why I believe this is the most versatile pellet smoker on the market. All right, let's talk about versatility. First of all, it is a pellet smoker. Use it just like a traditional pellet smoker. Anything on the top rack, anything on the bottom rack. One difference that separates this from other pellet smokers, however, is the damper with the handle on the end. there's a plate down here, and I'll show it to you when I get the internals out of it. There's a plate down there, and with this handle I can slide it in, which moves the damper all the way to the firebox side, and that concentrates the heat on this end. Or I can slide it all the way out, and that damper is now on this end, and it's going to create more heat on this end. If I slide it about halfway in the middle, that's going to equalize the heat. So you can create different zones of heat in this pellet smoker, whereas most other pellet smokers, it is what it is. Other than that, this is a traditional pellet smoker, just like any other one, as far as the ability to smoke meats low and slow. You can do hot and fast as well, but when I say hot and fast, you can really do hot and fast. Now when I say hot and fast, I mean direct fire grilling. Direct fire grilling is something that you can't do on other pellet smokers, and I'm going to show you how to do that now. Alright, so you guys can see this a little bit better. I'm going to tape this top rack out. Alright, and now for direct grilling, I'm going to take these two grates out. Now this diffuser is a two-part diffuser, and by two parts I mean you've got the solid one piece, and then you've got your second piece that you can take out. This is an access panel to the burn pot. Now this is your actual burn pot, and that is your firebox down there with your ceramic igniter. So when I put the burn pot back in, that's where your direct fire is going to be, right over your grill grates that we're going to install. So now with the one piece door out and you have access to your burn pot, install your grill grates in there, and now this thing will get up to 600-700 degrees easily, and you can do a reverse sear. You can slow smoke a tri-tip, for example, which is going to be my next video. I'm going to reverse sear it, so I'm going to slow smoke it at 225 until it gets to about 110. Then I'm going to take it off, take out that one piece access door, put in my grill grates, and I'm going to crank it up, and then we're going to sear that tri-tip off. So this is how you can direct flame grill in this pellet grill. You're not going to be able to do that on most other pellet grills, because number one, if you try to and something goes wrong, they're going to tell you voided your warranty, and there's nothing that you can do about it. Number two, if you get that high temperatures in most pellet grills, the paint's going to bubble off of them and it's going to be damaged. So this is something that you're not going to be able to do on the majority of pellet grills on the market today. Like I said, you're going to need a gym membership. This thing is heavy. 3/4 inch solid cast griddle. You've got the ridged side on one side with the Yoder smoker name, and then the other side is smooth. Okay, if you want a griddle, you can do that as well. This fits the Ys640, and they also make one that fits the Ys480, and it slides right in place just where your grill grates were. So it is made to fit right in there where your grill grates fit. So 1/2 of your pellet smoker is a griddle at that point. You could slow smoke on this side for a while, crank up the heat, and then do your griddling part. If you want to griddle burgers, for example, on the ridged side, that's going to keep the grease away from your meat. The grease is going to stay down here while your meat is raised. But let's say you want to do a breakfast, you want to do bacon, you want to do eggs and that kind of thing. Well, then you can take it up, flip it over, and now you've got a flat griddle that you can griddle all kind of stuff, anything that you want to, pancakes, eggs, bacon, anything like that. Another way to use this Ys640S pellet grill. Now, one of the things with pellet smokers that's almost impossible to do is cook at extremely high temperatures and cook, say, a pizza, get a wood-fired flavor pizza in like 3 or 4 minutes. That's really impossible to do on pellet smokers, but not on this Yoder. This thing is amazing. It blows me away, and that is the new Yoder wood-fired oven. It's absolutely unbelievable, and I'm going to show you how to put this thing in here and tell you all about it and show you exactly what you can do with it. Now, the first thing you can do is take out this heat diffuser. So we're going to take it out, and that gives me a chance to talk about it for a minute. Guys, I'm telling you, I've had 15 different pellet grills, and every single one of these grease trays is what they call them, is absolutely flimsy as they can be. This thing is absolutely solid steel. It'll be here long after I'm gone, I'm telling you. Solid steel, heavy as can be. You can see the reinforcements. And obviously it has already been seasoned. And now that I've got that out, I can show you the damper system in here. Alright, so this is the damper. It slides on that rod over there. And so when I slide it all the way in, it's going to go all the way to the firebox side. When it slides all the way out, it's going to go all the way to the right hand side. Or you can put it in the middle so you get more even cooking. For this purpose that we're fixing to do with the wood-fired oven, it really doesn't matter where you put it, but we can put it all the way to the end over here on this side. Good. Alright, so this is the bottom of the wood-fired oven. And you're going to slide it over that tab on the left-hand side so it can't go anywhere. And this slot is right over your burn pit. That's where the fire is going to come up, and you're going to see when we put the lid on, the way the lid is shaped, that flame is going to go up and over the top of whatever you have in that wood-fired oven. You can see also these engineered holes are made that way for a reason, because more of the heat is coming from the burn pit, the burn pot, and so the holes are bigger on this side to kind of allow more of an even type heat throughout your wood-fired pizza oven. So now let's get the top onto the oven plate. Now there are tabs on both sides, one in the front, one in the back on each side, that correspond with slots in the plate. Make sure those tabs go inside those slots and it locks itself in place. Then you have your pizza stone. This is a proprietary pizza stone by Yoder. It's 3/4 of an inch thick, and it is made in the United States. That slides right in, and you are ready to go to cook anything that you want to. Whatever your heart desires that you want to cook in a wood-fired pizza oven, you can do in there. This thing, the pizza stone part, gets up to 700 degrees internally, and the top can get up to almost 900 degrees. You can use this top to heat sauces, anything else that you want. It's almost like a stove top really on the top, and then you can cook your wood-fired dishes or pizza in here. I think the first video that I'm going to do utilizing this wood-fired pizza oven is going to be a Stromboli that I did a video on years ago, and we're going to revisit that because this thing's going to make it twice as good. Man, this thing is wearing me out. Now, last but not least, versatility again. If you still need more space on the Ys640, if you've got a lot of stuff to put on your smoker and the height is not an issue, they have a solution for that as well, and it's a 3-tier rack system. Now this is your 3-tier rack system, solid stainless steel. Slides right into the existing smoker just like that. Now you've got 1,125 extra square inches of cooking space, not counting the bottom 640 square inches. All of these slide out just like an oven. They have hinges on them on the back so they're not going to fall off when you pull them out. Slide them back in. Slide this one out as well. If you need something a little bit higher, you can take one out if you want to, and you can still utilize the bottom rack. So you could do corn on the cob on the top. You can slide this one in, do a couple of casseroles or something in some cast iron skillets. You could do jalapeno poppers on this rack. You could do some bread on the bottom. You could load this thing up. This would be perfect for making beef jerky. Any kind of jerky, this would be awesome for that. So this is absolutely amazing, and again, very well built, just like everything else that I have seen from Yoder so far. Alright guys, so in a nutshell, that is it for the Ys640S competition pellet smoker. Now let me give you my final thoughts. The biggest thing for me is it's made in the USA. Yoder, Kansas. That is big for me. As you guys know from the other video I did about why I walked away from the other China-made products, this is exactly what I was looking for, and even this has exceeded my expectations way beyond what I thought it was going to be. I'm absolutely blown away, and this is the example of American-made quality by American-made hands, American craftsmen taking pride in what they do. There is a huge difference in quality, and I mean night and day. They take great pride in being Americans. They take great pride in their products, and it shows. And that's something to be proud of for me, because I get to represent them on my channel and get to share their products with you. Build quality obviously is absolutely impeccable. The field test, I've got to tell you, I've still got two of another brand pellet smoker. I've still got two Traegers in the backyard, and last night, I mean, we were cooking on this thing and I went over and lifted the lid on the other one, and honestly about threw that lid through the top of the back porch roof, because the weight difference is, it's not even close. It's not, I mean, not even close. And it's hard to describe the difference until you actually put your hands on it. I knew it was going to be different. I didn't know how different it was going to be until I put my hands on it, and then I was really blown away. So it's hard to describe the difference in quality, the difference in the build material between this and the other China-made products. There's just no comparison. The other benefit of the Ys640 and the Yoder smokers is the accessories, the amount of accessories that are available for these products, and they continue to evolve. They continue to try to build more things that fit these smokers so that you can be more successful in your backyard or in your competitions. And that's what I love about the company as well. That's really about it, guys. There's probably a lot more that I could talk about. I'm sure I've left out something, but I tried to give you just an overall view of the dimensions, the build quality, the versatility of the smoker, all the accessories that you can get for the smoker. And now, just a few minutes, I'm going to do my first filmed cook, which is going to be a reverse seared tri-tip. So we're going to utilize the pellet smoker version, low and slow, 225, until it gets to be about 110 degrees, and then we're going to cook over a direct flame and sear it off. So it should be good. So there you have it. If you like what you see, give me a thumbs up. I would love to have you as a subscriber to the channel, so hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications, share this video, leave a comment in the comment section, let me know what you think. Stay tuned for the next video, which is going to be the reverse seared tri-tip. Till next time, we'll be piddling.